exception remains.
I remain.
On my shoulder, tiny guy. Just a little guy. Is it your birthday? Just a little guy. That meme is like how many years old now? Like 4 years old now? 3 years old, 4 years old? And I still reference it like constantly.
It's got staying power.
It does. It's so funny. It's just like, I'm just a little guy. It's my birthday. I'm like, yeah. I think it's funny. Even now. Even now. Yeah. I think the game is louder than my audio. What's going on with that? Did I hit my mic? No. Is my mic plugged in? Yes. Are we on the right mic? Okay. Game's just louder than I am today. Cool. Chat, if you don't mind telling us if the volume is not good, that'd be helpful, because this game is just loud as all hell.
I also struggle with audio balancing.
It's hard. Like, you're supposed to hit the yellow, but lately, I don't always hit the yellow. You're not supposed to, like, if he's not guilty, he must have done something to warrant a prison sentence. Okay. No cops in my chat. No, that's Prompto. That's my cat. He's guilty all the time. He's the guiltiest. Because he's a terrible little man. All right. Did I turn everything off that I needed to turn off? Yes, I did. Okay, we're good. And unlike Monday, knock on fucking wood. Knock on wood. Unlike Monday, I am not dropping thousands of frames. So I ended my Monday stream with over 140,000 dropped frames. That's like a lot. That's a lot. So we're watching it carefully today. But hello everyone, I am Ascella Vivace, magical idol, here to make you smile, and I have a tiny exception on my shoulder.
Hello, it is me, the tiny exception in question.
Little guy on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm just so delighted by tiny exception on my shoulder. Like, I set up everything where you're supposed to be in the spot you're normally in, but I'm just like, tiny exception on my shoulder is just kind of delightful and remains just the silliest thing. Are you too small though? Should I make you bigger?
This is not a question you should be asking me. You should ask the audience this.
Chat, is exception the appropriate size? Or is he too small? Feel free to answer this question at any point.
Start like a vote.
A vote. He's okay, thanks, Sal. Have you ever stabbed someone was my last poll. Duration 10 minutes. Start poll. Alright, we started a poll.
Yay.
It's a long poll. We'll let it.
Can't help but notice your bias. You have not added a not small enough option.
That's true. Not small enough. I could, like, if I had pockets, I could put you in my pocket if you were smaller. I got, like, I don't know.
Actually, what's like the mechanics on like the belt loopy things? Would they be a good like?
I could kind of like
seatbelt?
Like yeah, like just strap you onto my shoulder for safety, for when I'm jumping around.
Yeah,
it's important. I don't want to like send you flying off into space. I know you like space, but we're not launching you right now.
Yeah, I got a court case to solve.
Yeah, we got it
right now.
We're in court. Oh God! We just faced down the jury. The first time, it'll probably happen again.
They realized you were threatening to violate the law of physics by launching me into space, and they had to stop us.
We cannot be stopped.
They filed an injunction against us.
An injunction? Damn, what did I ever do to you? Other than launch you into space.
I'm not the one filing it.
I don't know, you seem like you're on their side.
I'm fine with going to space.
Oh, okay. This jury. Kinda sus. Kinda sus.
True.
But welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. We're on the second game. If you're just tuning in and you're not sure, check the title. We are on case 2 of the second game, and we are back in court against Mr. Reaper, the Destroyer of Grapes, and Natsume Soseki, which is still just the funniest damn thing to me. Just the funniest thing. Like, that was a choice. They made that choice to put him in this game and be like a normal, like, name. Like a historical character. Person. That was a choice. I wonder what prompted that choice, you know? Like, was it...
It is interesting.
It is interesting, right? Is it like... I don't know, is it like... meaningful in some way? Like...
I'm gonna do a little cursory research about that.
Oh, shoot! Get it ready for the ad break.
Yeah.
Yeah, prepare. We're preparing for the ad breaks today, guys. I was just gonna talk about, like... Actually, I didn't have a topic. I didn't have an ad break topic for today. But anyway, okay. Well, I will do this thing where I load the game as it has asked me to do so. I'm a little... The jury wasn't so bad last time, but as we know, these cases always get a little harder as they go on. So, last time, yeah, we faced down the jury. We did a summation examination, and the jury just... They listened. They listened, and that's what matters. We were able to pit them against each other, and they listened. So, now we are back to fighting for justice because... my dude's not dead, and he's probably lying, so... Now we gotta find out who really poisoned him, or what poisoned him. Yep. Sham spear. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, that's right! That's right, that's my cat screaming. Little man, we are streaming. He's
Contempt
mowing.
of court.
He's mowing. I forgot about Miss B lady. I kind of like her.
Yeah.
I would cosplay. 10 out of 10.
Very fancy.
Right? I would love to show up at a con in this and have absolutely zero people recognize my cosplay. But I would feel fancy as hell. So, like, it wouldn't matter if anybody recognized me because I would be like, yeah.
Coincidentally, I was thinking about, I like Meter Man's little scarf thing.
Oh, his little bee scarf?
Like a
His
nice
wing
little,
scarf?
like he's very yellow, but then he has that little bit of cyan.
Yeah,
and I like it.
It's nice. It's like a robin's egg kind of a color almost. It's like, but because it's supposed to be kind of like wings, it makes me want to make it out of something impractical. So it's like, don't let me give anyone suggestions on cosplaying this. You know what I mean? It would be really fun to make the little like patch and hand sew it. And like, I don't know. I'm in cosplay mode. I was supposed to work on cosplay yesterday. This is just an aside.
What's the left half of the patch supposed to look like?
I don't know. His lapels are over it. Maybe it's...
What's the S stand for?
I know. What's the S? I don't know what the S is. I've been wondering that the whole time. What does the S stand for?
Guess I gotta do more research.
Oh my god, we were researching the research today. But no, I was supposed to work on cosplay yesterday, and I got all the stuff out, and I sat down, and then I was like, oh, I need to log into Infinity Nikki and do my dailies real quick. So I was like, that'll be like 10 minutes max. 3 hours later. 3 hours later, still playing Infinity Nikki, because I was like, oh, I guess I'll just do this little thing. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'll just do this little thing. And then I ended up on a quest that I couldn't, like, it was like a chain of quests that I couldn't kind of get out of, I guess. So, I mean, I could have just, like, walked away, but it had momentum, right? So I was playing it, and it was good. And 3 hours later, I had accomplished no cosplay. So, but tomorrow I'm gonna cosplay. So if you are in my server, in my Discord server, chances are, unless something dire happens and I am not at home, I should be in voice chat working on beading. So feel free to join, everybody. Okay. Anyway, we're back. So yeah, what really happened last time is this lady here with the blonde hair was on the jury, and this guy here is like the gas company meter man, and she's like the owner's wife. And there was some questions about some testimony, and she was like, I'm gonna get up there and keep this dude in line while he testifies again. So, also they're bees. I just love how vibrant his yellow is, and then hers is so muted. Like, that's a choice. She has so many yellows going on. Her dress is one color, and then there's the gold on the brooch, and then there's her hair, and then her eyes even are a different yellow. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different yellows going on her. Classic. None of which match his yellows, I might add. Cosplay brain. The Altamont Gas Company's investigation. Are you ready to investigate?
I'm ready to do voices of people.
Oh, am I doing the investigating?
I think they investigated, and now they're reporting on that.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You gotta help me if something goes horribly wrong.
Don't worry.
He's there.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent.
He's taking the money.
Altamont gas meters accept threepenny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas.
And yet, the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. I love her umbrella. What the frick? It's her stinger. And I'm not sure she's...
Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is?
Alright, good testimony. Good job. Go team.
There he is,
out loud.
the resident whiner.
He is whiny.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn to my hallowed chalice.
This man really just said, the irrelevance of this testimony drove me to drinking. You know what drives me to drinking, Van Zeeks? Your irrelevancy, actually. Hi, Lark. Hello. What do you mean by that remark, Lord Van Zeeks? Exactly.
Did the mustachio... Dang it!
Mustachioed again.
Stop calling him mustachioed, Van Zeeks. I can't take it from you. Did the mustachioed Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court. And yet now we must listen to this abhorrence.
Do you think he knows he's a stick in the mud?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance.
We are not 5 minutes into this part of the trial, and he is already being racist. He really said racism with his whole chest. Holy shit. This dude. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Please tell me that was not for nothing. Oh my god, he threw the wine bottle too.
Do what you will.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna kick you in the face because that's a proven effective strategy. Lord Van
He literally
Seeks-
did nothing. He just spoke up once to be like, this is stupid. I'm going back to drinking.
Yeah, and I want to kick him in the face for it. Because he's always like this. I feel like he and I are in a very bad relationship. Okay. Like, you're always like this. Stop. Okay. Lord Van Seeks appears to be in a violent mood. Yep. Yes, he does. An attempted poisoning and an incidence of gas theft. Gas theft. That's hard to say. Gas theft. Wow. With no supporting evidence. Apparently, I just can't talk. It's fine. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance. Don't make me point to something that makes them related. But I wonder. The truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Cross-examination. We press on this pointless comment. Hold it! So does that mean you enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters?
I do. Have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside and do my business.
Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspear?
Well now, interesting you should bring that up. Because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survive the winter is beyond me, it really is.
Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. Damn, that's harsh. You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Meterman.
Not much to say, really, but as you wish.
Judge really said move this along. Hold it! So all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they? They're the latest model, the height of technology, developed by our company, Altamont Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes. So if a 3-pence coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins in a night.
Bit more than that, usually, if they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is.
Thinking about it, Soseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he? Now he can't burn the books. Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating. Yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually. And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company?
Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins.
I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part. Ah, because they had to pay in advance, you mean? my god, she has a fan too. Kill me. Yes, exactly right.
Hold it!
Out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages.
And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room, I take it? Naturally, we took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tooth comb.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume.
This man just freezes to death every day. No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shamspeare Special. That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3-penny pieces. But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found it bare. You what? I said. You what?
Goodness.
And the look on his face, that smarmy smile is.
Uh,
I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jammed open anywhere. Not a single sign. And what's happened to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day, that's what.
Sir? A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing became of it. I've still got it.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh, we can put it in the evidence. No wonder they call you Meter Man.
Man with the meter. Meter man.
Meter Man. Or
Man with the
Meterman.
meter on his bag.
Meterman. I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing. Yeah, court record, baby. Time to inspect it. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it.
Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter.
You know what also has no contents? Your soul.
Ugh.
We're just gonna go over here. Go over here. And inspect the meter.
Meter-tastic.
That's a very sturdy looking padlock, isn't it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax, too. So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately. Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would... You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you? Well, anyway... It's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs. But it does feel a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it? Let us examine. Anything exciting to examine on here? The back has screws. You could have unscrewed it. Oh, we got a hole in the bottom.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa, what's this? Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo? Just here. There's a little hole. Do you see? Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed. It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say. So, you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamspear? Possibly. Seems the people at Altamont Gas must have missed it. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin would fit through there. That's what I was thinking too. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. Yeah, details updated, baby. Anything weird about the top?
Oh, those must be the holes
The
that
holes
the
for
pipes go
gas.
into. Yeah. Neat.
That's cool. Goes through the meter. In one side, out the other side. Okay. Cool, we have the information we need. And we can present it actually on this comment after we press. So, we press and then we present. Hold it! Says the meter doesn't appear to be tampered with, but we found it. Did. There's only one key for all your meters. Well, in truth, there's another key in the company vault at our main office. But even if someone had somehow managed to get a hold of the key, we'd know if the coin box had been opened. Oh, how? I came up with a rather clever way to expose any little shenanigans, as it happens. Would you care to explain?
Well, now, in order to empty a meter, you have to unlock the padlock and remove the cover. But when I close the cover again, I stick a little beeswax seal on it, you see.
A seal? Like the sort of thing you'd put on an envelope, you mean?
Something like that, yes. Basically, you can't remove the cover again without breaking the seal.
Now, in the case of Mr. Shamspear's meter, there were no coins inside at all, as I said.
But the seal hadn't been broken either.
So that would mean Mr. Shamspear somehow managed to steal coins from inside the meter without opening it?
I love this face.
Right? It would seem so, but that would be impossible. Alright, I'll press on this one, but I'm still gonna go back and present on the other one. Do it! How do you know that he's been using gas, though?
Well, now, since I started investigating this bloke, I've been to his room more than a few times. And on every single occasion, his lamps have been blazing and his stove pounding. It's the middle of winter, and he still turns to me, sweat dripping down his cheeks, and says, "Get thee to a nunnery."
Wow. Hamlet, indeed.
I could wring the bloke's neck. I get all hot under the collar, but still. Every time I open up that flaming meter, it's empty. He's robbing me of my salary, too. What's wrong with the world? Where's the justice? Not this trilogy.
But how can Mr. Shamspear possibly be stealing the money? I don't understand.
The simple explanation is right before your eyes.
What?
A toast to you eventually realizing that the gas man could be an accomplice. You what?
Good lord. Eminently plausible indeed. Oh, she mad now. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Damn.
Oh, please, Lady Quinby, I'm a faithful worker. And besides, if the money us gasmen collect doesn't tally with how much gas has been used, you doc are paid by the same amount.
So you'd be stealing money only to have the same amount taken from your wages. Clearly that makes no sense. Perhaps it's a case of losing the battle to win the war.
No, I'm not gonna stir up that hornet's nest. If I would steal from the company, I'd be finished. It would seem there is no evidence to support the claims of thievery made against the victim. Because Mr. William Shamspeare is innocent. Pray forgive me if that shatters some illusion my learned Nipponese friend was clearly under.
Gonna put you 10 feet under.
That's like 4 more than usual.
Yeah.
Just that little extra. Make sure he doesn't come back out.
That was a treat. I certainly didn't expect to uncover another crime that looks like it's been taking place in the very same room. Hi, Aaron. Thank you for the lurk. According to the testimony, it's only the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room that's under suspicion. It does seem as though perhaps it has nothing to do with the incident involving Mr. Natsume. I know, it does seem that way. But the fact is, since I've been practicing law in England, I feel like I've encountered this at least once already. Cases that are interlinked. Oh. It might seem that 2 cases have nothing to do with one another at first, but in fact, they're intimately connected. Damn, that's gonna come back to bite you. Yes, we have experienced that before, haven't we? I wonder if this is another instance. Perhaps, but we can't be sure of that yet. If the Altamont Gas Company has been investigating Mr. Shamspeare so earnestly, there must be something to it. But then, how has he been managing to steal their gas? Alright, I'm gonna present the meter. Present the meter, right? Yes, good. Good.
I'm not stopping you.
Objection!
Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. What?
Get away! I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Oh, what?
How do you miss that a hole that big?
Probably because he's checking the lock and the seal.
Yeah. You're right. You're quite right. There is a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspeare secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing through that.
Use your imagination. We're trying. Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? Oh, green. Well, what I'd specifically like to know is... how it's dismantled, probably? Because how it differentiates coins, he would just be putting something random in there, is what we're saying. Like
Right, but why wouldn't that work?
As the question to ask?
Okay, my mindset is that there are two vectors here.
Yeah.
One, in the how it's dismantled, is...
Yeah.
Would that mean Shamspear's dismantling it?
Take it apart, yeah.
Oh. Like he's accessing something in like an illegal direction.
Yeah. That's my thought process. But if we think he's just putting random stuff in there and it's falling out the bottom because of the tiny hole, that makes sense too as a line of questioning. Because if he can take it apart via the hole, like taking the back off, for example, I don't know. How bad in trouble am I going to be if I get this wrong? Oh god. Am I chasing something crazy with the how it's dismantled? I see both.
I don't think you'll be punished for which one you pick.
I'm gonna pick how it differentiates coins, actually.
Why?
Because.
Okay. Guess I'll go with it.
How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a threepenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. Ah, I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. At least we got something out of it. Okay, now we know the size of the coins.
Cool.
But I still want to know how you take it apart. Is that weird of me?
No.
Trying to think of what I should do.
I mean, we have a new thing to press, so
Oh, that's true. We can't press it. Hold it! You are so right. But conversely then, it would seem that anything matching a 3-pence coin exactly in terms of diameter and thickness could equally well be used. Would, that be true? Well, yes, in a way. The weight comes into it to a certain extent as well.
We've thought of that though anyway. If I find any fake coins inside the coin box when I empty the meter, the contract says the customer has to pay 100 times the amount they diddled as a fine. We live for moments like that, us gasmen do. Live for them.
Wow. It would seem the gas company has thought of everything.
Ooh, hurrah for gas, hurrah for cash. Altamont all the way.
Wow. That's quite enough of that. remind me, how big are threepenny bits? She already said 3/4 of an inch. About 3/4 of an inch across. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2 centimeters measurement significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on? Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. Like asking about whether the meter can be dismantled, for example. Ha 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 ha. That's what I said. Ah! I hit my mic really hard. How can the meter be dismantled? Dismantled? Yes, given that there are no signs of it having been forced, I'm wondering if, perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart. Well, yes, that does make some sense. I gotta put my mouse cursor in the middle of her, sorry. The padlocks are made by a first-class locksmith from the finest quality steel. And the meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can assure you, it's quite impossible to dismantle it.
Oh yeah, nothing leaked from an automat meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing.
I see. I think I know where this is going.
Where's it going?
I'll show you. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. Okay. Press on this one.
Hold it!
Has anyone ever tried?
Oh yeah, they've tried. They all given up before long.
After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action. Yes, that makes sense. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is its welded steel construction significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on? Like what? Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. Like asking about how the meter differentiates coins, for example. Swear to God. Alright, here's
You only
what I'm
get
thinking.
one.
Check me out here. The soap.
Soap.
The soap.
A soap. A soap?
Soap. It's got a hole. It's about the size of the coin. So I think
The circle.
this is a circle, yeah. I think. Let's inspect it. Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on this side, about 2 centimeters across. I am so good at this. Or 3/4 of an inch. Ah, do you think? We did find this soap at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window. So we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Alright, hear me out. That's a mold. And the medallion was probably water or something similar. And what this guy is doing is making, like, because it's winter, right? He is freezing something in this soap mold. In this mold of soap. He is freezing something in there, using it as the coin, and then melting it to get it out. And that's what the hole at the bottom is, to let the water out. That's just my theory. Damn, I'm good. Okay.
So when he was sitting down with a fork and knife, he was not going to eat the soap. He would have been prying out the fake coin.
Yeah, possibly. I think we need to go back to the question where she gives us the coin information.
All right, recoin it.
Recoin it, delve deeper.
Recoin it.
How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example... Thanks. Amend your testimony so I can do the thing.
Yes, testimony.
So we're gonna present the soap. This is my theory. We're gonna present the soap.
This is how Shamspear gave you the slip.
Yep.
Sorry, I decided to turn my brain off and it just makes dumb puns.
That's fair. We slip it on soap. It's fine. Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating Mr. Shamspear's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Damn, I'm good. Something the same size as a threepenny bit. What was it? The item in question is this, not the soap bar.
What? Have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say. It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. Oh my god, we gotta turn it over. Turn it over. I didn't mean to inspect it again. There's that funny little round depression in the middle of the soap. Yes, it's a perfect circle. And I would say almost 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Rather like something else we've been talking about recently, in fact. Mr. Naruhodo, it's this part of the soap you need to show to the court. I know. Got it! Got it. You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean. Ah! Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there? That's right, a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or, in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it? I'm good at this. So good at this. Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now, to see if it fits. Oh shit! My word, it couldn't be more snug. That's why the soap was broken in half. It was to get it out. Damn. Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Ultimate Gas Company is being defrauded. We got the good music. We got the good music. Dang.
Got the music of being good.
Well, I don't believe it. Oh my god, her skirt is beige too. Wow, amazing. Oh, get over yourself.
So your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas?
Yes.
Well, okay then.
Good. The
Fine.
depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur, at least, that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap, such as this, is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape.
And then you could use, well, some milled wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coins in no time.
Just told everybody that. Cool.
Well, no, they still have the manual check when the guy opens the box.
Yeah. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspear has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened that nobody's considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Altamont. In the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it?
Oh, he's angry. He big man.
There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Yes.
Exactly. And the meter here gives it away. What on earth? There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. Oh god, we gotta show the court. If that is your assertion, counsel, the defense will identify those remnants for the court at once. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear be seen?
I mean, it's the hole, right?
It's the hole.
It's the hole.
The hole. Got it. Got it. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside. Where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
Ah, I get it.
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. I'm so good at this. Did you say ice? Ice, ice, baby? Mr. Shamspear has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening, filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning.
Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades.
Damn.
As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts.
Ah, the room gets warm enough to melt it effectively. Okay. Turning back into water. And draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter, which explains that puddle on the floor. Oh. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas. Wow, dots for everyone. Just like that, so simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us all with some bars of soap and some water. That's right, madam. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water could render it totally useless. I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence. Sorry? I want evidence! If you're going to stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof. She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Oh, ads. Alright.
Hey!
What show your research about Natsume Soseki in this game?
Okay, first off, a bit of a minor thing. They mentioned that weight comes into effect for the coins as well, and so I just wanted to casually look up the density of various metals. I don't actually know what they make coins out of, so I just assumed nickel, maybe some copper, I don't know.
Okay.
And it's about like 9-ish grams per cubic centimeter. By contrast, water is, well, by definition, 1 gram per cubic centimeter. So the water coins would be a bit lighter than a regular threepenny, but like at the level of a coin, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference in whatever mechanism they're using.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Probably not.
now,
Yes.
yeah.
Do carry on.
Okay, so I've looked up and I found an interview done by classic individuals who made the game, Shu Takumi. And they mentioned a few things. One, that Soseki Natsume would have lived close to where Sherlock Holmes, you know, the Baker Street address.
Oh. That's interesting.
Just like, not only temporally, but geographically, it makes sense. Also, the only other thing I've been able to find from this is that they confirmed that they contacted Natsume's relatives, who said they were absolutely okay with them doing whatever they wanted with the character.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's hysterical. Like, just make my relative kind of zany, go for it. Holy moly, that's funny. I don't know what to make of that. They were like, just go ahead. Just go ahead and... I can't believe that he would have lived near Baker Street. That's wild. Kind of delightful, really. What if he knew Sherlock Holmes? Oh my god. Amazing. I know Sherlock Holmes isn't real, but like, what if he did? Literary people knowing other literary people is fine.
Other things, as I haven't been able to successfully find like a full visual of the patch on Meter Man's coat. So I apologize. I'm not going to be able to help with that.
With the patch.
With the
are
patch.
left.
I would like to know because I want to know what the S stands for.
Is it... What was the name of the company in Japanese?
It was Altamont.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, Quinby's name in Japanese was just Mrs. Altamont.
Huh.
So that doesn't really help.
Jeez.
And like, I'm looking for other S's. Quinby's husband, the actual like big owner tycoon guy, is named in English Augustus, and in Japanese Valve. So none of those help. Separate from all that, Adrian Meterman's first name in Japanese is Decargo,
Huh.
which could Meterman still his last name, but also adds the possibility of Mita Man into the pun of his name. Yeah, this big chin meter man.
I hate it. I actually hate it. Just a little hatred as a treat on a Wednesday. We're back from ads. Let's go provide some evidence. Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it. What am I providing evidence of? What?
Proof that Sham Spear is actually doing this ice trick.
Oh, that's easy. Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying? Do you actually have evidence to support this theory? I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it.
Once and for all.
A piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspear has been stealing gas is this right here, the picture with the puddle on the floor. Will they let me present from this? No. It's fine. Okay, we present. There's nothing else it could possibly be. Still don't know what the significance of the envelope is. Alright.
Take that!
Take that! This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspear.
What remnants?
Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspear's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. What? What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? Almost certainly, it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. Ah! If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. We are so smug. This is awful. And there's further evidence too. Is there? Oh. Mr. Shamspear is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine.
Mean.
And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half. You're right. It would appear to me then, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he? No.
Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but
Soap eater.
certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he? In truth, Mr. Shamspear was found with a fork in his hand. A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely.
Do you mean to say he was using that fork to...
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap. Ah. But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well. Good gracious. We are so confident right now. Okay, yeah, throw your shit. That's fine. Throw a fit! Throw a fit! Lord Van Zeeks!
I was throwing my hand up in despair and happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake.
What is the meaning of this, Council?
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question.
No!
What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
Well, that Mr. William Shamspeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable. That's it. That's exactly it.
Very well, let us assume the man is a liar. Now, allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make?
Well,
We know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise.
he ate it.
Even if William Shaftsby is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it.
Wow.
How dare you have a reasonable argument?
No.
Therefore, in light of these facts,
You mean in dark of these facts?
the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication.
You. What? Ordar. Well, counsel, how does the defense respond? Mr. Naruhodo. Hello, Konaki.
Oh, hi.
What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zeeks is saying? Oh no. I gotta raise an objection, right? But I gotta have a reason to raise an objection.
Better prepare a reason. What's your reason?
What is my reason? Off we go to the court record. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. Okay. Everything just makes our guy look guilty. Yay. He lived. I don't know. What do you think?
The past 1 hour and 17 minutes and 45 seconds could not have been a waste of time.
Raise an objection, huh?
We gotta.
I just don't know what. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest.
What?
Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. But counsel, you successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspear to consume gas. What more is there to discuss? Lord Van Zeeks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all.
What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend?
At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption, made due to a lack of evidence. Oh, you've been caught, buddy! But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand.
Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. Is it clear? There's a question that we now need to reconsider. Namely... Okay, so we know there wasn't another visitor based on observations.
And testimony of Gasman.
Yeah. Like direct testimony. Was someone else responsible? I think was the poison in the tea might be the way to go. Because that's an assumption.
Yeah.
We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that affected Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume. But that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
Objection!
Objection. As I said, the situation has changed. Because, in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel, present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea? Now, I want to talk for a minute about an observation they made about the soap.
Go ahead.
The coin indentation filling thing that they saw in the soap was reddish. It was probably tea. Am I crazy? It was probably tea. Is your water reddish?
I want to bring up something myself.
Go ahead.
Actually,
Go ahead.
way back when Soseki was testifying,
Hmm?
he mentioned that the local water main was frozen. And if we're assuming that Shamspear was making these ice coins, he would not have water to source for
Yeah.
his latest collection.
It would have to
If
be the
only
tea.
some kind person would give him a liquid to use.
Damn. So it's the soap, right?
Let's open it.
Soap. Soap. I'm going out on a limb here. We're presenting the soap.
Take that!
Take that. Good gracious. The soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice? Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar.
So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating.
In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice. There was something strange about them, you mean? Exactly, something very obviously strange. They were red.
The ice was red? No. You mean...
Yes, I do. I do mean. That's right, it's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. Damn, Van Zee.
I couldn't
Wow.
decide who's saying what here. I think they're both saying what here.
What?
What?
I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial. Oh, yeah.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspear's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I brought bottled water especially to make it.
That's right, he didn't say
And
that.
this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never. Okay, so I was a little mistaken about what he said. It freezes every night.
Ah, yes. I believe there had been snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing. So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspear, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins. My word! There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, and we only borrowed 1 of them. Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap, outside Mr. Shamspear's window. Extraordinary! Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even 1 drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contained any strychnine at all.
Ah, you smug Nipponese.
Wow, Mr. Always Smug is mad somebody else is smug? Wow. My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. Bailiff, instruct the police to attend to the scene at once.
Yes, my lord. Understood.
Beep. Fascinating. Fascinating. It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks.
None, my lord.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. Yes, my lord. Just odds. Well, we managed to scrape through there somehow. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. Clack. I'm drinking some tea. Speaking of tea, I got green tea. To be continued. Man.
You did it.
Did it. Stream's over.
Woo.
Stream's over. Back we go. Oh, we're back to the investigation. There's
Yeah, this is a
Sholmes.
first for for the Great Ace Attorney.
Wait, why
In
is
like
our
most
attic? Uh-huh.
for the first for the usually the main flow of a court case in like the Ace Attorney games is you do a little basic investigating, you go to court, you go back to investigate, and you go back to court. But this is the first time in all of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles that we've actually had another investigation after a trial.
And we're back at the legal consultancy.
You were complaining about the attic for some reason.
I was. It looks empty.
Well, yeah, they only moved in like yesterday.
That's true. Oh, we made it back in one piece. Just. One Piece is real. To be perfectly
Just.
honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. What?
Just.
Oh, I know. What a lot of close shaves. There are so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Yes, I know. It was a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time, let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow. Yes, let's do that. Is everything all right? I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean. In the Old Bailey, no less. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? Quit it! It should be him standing in my shoes. It should be Kazuma. Oh no! I know! It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Yes, I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us. Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Wow, they're trying to make me sad. We converse. Have a nice breather there, exception.
Yeah.
While I interrogate myself. It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? Hi, Pianui! Yes, your cat gotcha pig farm! When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know. Not only that, but then finding out that he is actually a barefaced gas thief as well. Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. I'm good, Pianui. Thanks for asking. How are you doing, Exception? How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying not having to voice Soseki that much anymore.
You're taking a break while he's off the stand.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Don't worry about it.
He will. He will.
You just gotta prepare your vocal cords. Pick a little throat coat or something. A little tea. Ooh, I want some throat coat. That sounds good. It actually tastes really good. It has licorice root, and I like it. It's tasty. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Soseki-san poisoning the tea. Careful of your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspear than we yet know. I'm sure of it. Mr. Shamspear certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? Are we gonna go talk to him? Oh my god. Let me see. Yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's as Londoners call it. We know that place, don't we? Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken. Ah, yes, after Soseki-san stabbed her in the back. Do be careful of your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone. Perhaps we both owe Soseki-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's. Yes, we should probably visit the hospital later. What's next? So, we know that Soseki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously... Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea. But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspear's body? I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspear's room that will help solve the mystery. Well, naturally Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think. Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Kazuma's wishes. Oh great, time to cry! Kazuma Asogi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. Nah, Kazuma. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway? Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know. Love of my life. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so that I can accompany you to Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into law, be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it, believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world. The city at the forefront of everything. Can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day... One day what? Oh, no. Never mind. Excuse me? Are we ever going to find out what is up with Kazuma and what is up with Van Zieks? God, it's making me crazy. Naruhodo-san? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma. Yes, he's forever in my thoughts, too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right, but... Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. The thought just takes hold of me every now and then, that's all. Oh, shit! Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions? I mean this. His katana? I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Yes. Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. More flashback. God. What? We get like a whole thing here. Karuma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So, its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do? Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. We never found out what that was! Let's go! What did he mean by something very important that I have to do? I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue. I see. Wow. Okay. Back. Anything exciting to examine in here? Just our room. Just our room. Just a shovel. Inspect. Perhaps we should put the spade away somewhere. That's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. Oh my god, we're having this discussion again. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. Wow, we are fighting. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? You're so right, Naruhodo-san. We mustn't quarrel over such trifles. On reflection, then, I think I'll leave this spade where it is. That was cute. Damn. Yes, I think that's for the best. We may need a shovel when we're working in the garden. Ah, they're so cute! God! I heard that there's another room behind that door. Yes, it's my bedroom, Naruhodo-san, as you well know. Shall I help you unpack your things? That's very kind, but no thank you. Your luggage looked very heavy. Are you sure I can't help you move it? That's very kind, but really, no thank you. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. The only secret I have is the 5-yen banknote hidden on the backside of my Daruma doll. Cute.
5.
Oh! Yay. These tanks are for keeping sea creatures. They're called aquariums, and they were all the rage in London at one time, apparently. Yes! The English are so clever coming up with the idea of having ocean life on display in the home. And it means you always have an emergency midnight feast on, excuse me? On hand, too. I'm not sure that's really the idea. Alright, cool. We have looked, we go back, we move. So we've got, to pick from, we've got Sholmes' suite, Miss Green's hospital bed, Mr. Shamspeare's room, Briar Road, the Garadeb's room, prison. Okay. Lots of options. We should probably end up going to all of them. Is there a secret order to this, or do I get to just be fancy free here?
You're free to go.
I'm free. Let's see here.
I'll admit I've been a little distracted during all of this. I decided that while you're interrogating yourself, I would try to do something useful.
Oh.
I'm doing 2 things currently. One, I am attempting to find you good music for the streams. You said you wanted some good court-ish music for the stream intros. I'm trying to help find that. Second, I'm trying to figure out how much 5 yen was worth in 1900s.
It's crazy. 5 yen.
5 of them. Worthy of a banknote.
Wow.
I think it's
Uh-huh.
we're not there yet, but 1910, it'd be about $2.50.
Oh, that's not bad.
But also, that's 1910 US dollars.
Yeah.
So, converting to current dollar, that would be, according to a random calculator I found on the internet.
On the internet.
So a 5 yen banknote would be approximately $80.
In today's money?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he's doing okay for himself then.
He's doing all right.
Let's go see Sholmes. How's that sound? And then we can drag him with us everywhere else. Let's go see Sholmes. Assuming he's there. Assuming. 22nd February, Sholmes' suite.
That's in like 3 days. We're about to hit
Oh, we are!
chronic equilibrium.
Oh, freaking heck, I forgot I have to voice Iris. Hurts my throat so bad.
You fool.
Oh, Runo and Susie! Hooray, you're back! Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am! And you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I've just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Oh no. Oh, Sholmes.
Ah, the Wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been?
We've been in court.
Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case? That was today, was it?
Amazing. I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go?
Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least.
Really? I would have liked to see it. I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long.
Is Lord Van Zeeks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes?
Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo.
I wonder how they get along. Not quite what I asked, but still. Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor? Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful.
Ah, indeed. That's the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science.
Oh dear. Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now?
Get ready to find out.
Time to converse!
Time to have a conversation. Lord Barock Van Zeeks, yes. It's an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later the hapless soul will vanish from the capital.
But vanish how, exactly?
By falling under a passing carriage or drowning in the Thames. Or succumbing to a sudden fever, or, quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow.
It all seems a little far-fetched, really.
Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least.
That's not overly reassuring. If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zeek's own hand.
As it happens, Mr. Sato, that is quite impossible.
Oh, why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred,
The Reaper always had a cast iron alibi.
Really?
And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago,
Sholmes, do you know something?
he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection. I can't talk. And really did end bitterly indeed.
Here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again.
Poor Runo. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky. Or incredibly unlikable. Wow. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. Gasp. Oh shit, we're skipping the foul smell. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese, as well as Miss Susato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zeke seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. He is racist! Racist!
Indeed. It is an interesting observation.
Oh, you better spill the beans, sir. Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? Music fade. Good news, good news, good news.
It was about 10 years ago that Barak Van Zieks chose to enter the legal profession.
At the ripe old age of 7,000.
However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan.
I see. No. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened?
I believe I've made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair.
Oh, but... Damn it. Tease. You tease! You suck!
The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe.
How about the foul smell? So, what is that indescribably foul smell?
Ah, well, most probably this, I would say.
What is that?
My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention.
Oh boy.
A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea.
Oh my.
There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor.
Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior.
So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris.
Oh, great. At the ready, Hurley!
Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens?
It's turned completely black. And what a foul odor it's giving off.
Indeed. The blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling.
That's very ingenious. But what do you do with that black liquid now?
Why, dispose of it, naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you?
Okay, Sholmes. There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Just get 2 cups. Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam.
Right.
The point is, we are entering a new era of science, in the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times.
I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Herlock-Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative techniques is based. This little tea incident was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research.
Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. New dialogue choice. So, your tea test. Is that an example of forensic science?
Indeed it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality.
Not a huge number of cases, then.
But more than 0, my dear friend.
more than 0. -1.
Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints? Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there.
I hadn't even heard of them until recently.
Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. No, what I am researching is skin prints.
I'm sorry. Skin prints?
A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible.
Oh my god.
It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation.
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black.
I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic tactics in action very soon indeed.
Are you gonna come fuck up the case again?
Yes, I will.
Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's the spirit, Runo! See you later!
Yes, until later.
No, Mr. Sholmes, we were thinking you'd come with us.
You were?
Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action.
Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later, in all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might.
Wow. Your commitment astounds me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Bye-bye, Runo. Bye, Susie. Nothing exciting going on in here.
Ah, it's just the same old giganto room.
Sholmes. Alright. We move. We're about to go to an ad.
Yay! I guess. Maybe.
Maybe. have been told to go to the hospital and to go to Mr. Shamspeare's room both. So I'm like, which one should we go to first?
Shoutouts to hit song arguments for and against from, I believe, Scarlet Weather Rhapsody.
Well, we'll have an ad. I am gonna run and do something real quick during the ad break, but I will be back. Exception,
right.
Do you want to stay and entertain, or do you want me to BRB screen?
I will stay and entertain.
I will be sad to miss it.
That's fine. There will be recordings.
It will be.
I'll do something
You know what,
clip-worthy. Don't you worry.
No, wait, don't do that when I'm not here. Hold on, never mind, I'm not leaving. Never mind,
It's okay.
never mind.
This is conflicting. I'm supposed to entertain them, but I'm also supposed to be sufficiently boring that you don't miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. I don't know if Ascella left or not. Okay. Hello? I would just like to bring up that I was indeed correct. It was from Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. So that's a win on my Toho knowledge ambient. I'm also getting advertisements because I do not have like subscription funds on all of my accounts. All two of them. One being my account and one being the Int TV account that I'm allowed to use for streaming on my own behalf. That's the weird part of being in a group, an organization, a company. It's not a company yet, but it will be, hopefully. We're trying to make that happen. Ascella's there too, but Ascella still streams here. And Ascella will continue to stream here, but will continually move things Ascella streams here that I care about to Int proper. Like the Toho, like not the Toho series. If Ascella streams Toho, then it's definitely happening on Int though. But like Ace Attorney, when we get to the next game, will probably be on the Int channel instead of here. Ascella will still do like On Stars here and other fun shenanigans with cosplay and stuff. But like this RPGs and stuff, plan is in eventually. But not yet because we're in no rush and we are never in a rush at any point ever. As you can tell right here, Ascella has left the stream. Clearly, no rush is being had right now. And this music, definitely not the kind of thing you would rush to. How the heck are you supposed to listen to this music and feel any amount of accelerated emotional weight? No, this is some slow acting, relaxing, nice flow music. It's nice. I like it. I guess I can put some like secret foreshadowing here while Ascella's not here. Look forward to Case 3 near the end, where my favorite song in the entire Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney soundtrack occurs. Not only because it's a good song in its own right, but because it recontextualizes another commoner song in this game. And also a particular class of song from every single Ace Attorney game in the past. I heard a noise. I think Ascella might be back. Yep, those are some quality sound effects able to provide information and insight to those observant enough to see it. Hello, Ascella. Welcome back.
That was good timing.
Thank you.
It's cold. I'm cold. Okay. It's very cold. I'm but an idol, a mere idol. All right. We are back, guys. Thanks for sticking around. What'd you talk about? Give me the rundown. Stuff? Oh, you're gonna make me watch my own VOD, aren't you?
No, I'll give you the basic summary. I confirmed that the song was indeed from Scarlet Weather Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned the plans about like stream distribution between here and the InTV Twitch for your plans, I mentioned that this song is very relaxing, and I gave a little bit of non-spoilery foreshadowing about where in this game my favorite song in this game is.
Oh. Where is it? Is it
End
in
of
this
case
trial? In a case 3. Okay. Interesting.
Not the only time that song appears, but that is the first time it appears.
I see. Well, I'm excited for it. Okay. Well, thank you for holding down the fort. I appreciate it. I'm still freezing, though. Hold on. Ah! I am attempting to put a hoodie on over my headphones. It's not working very well. Here we go. It worked. I did it. I'm the champion. My hair is gonna look great after this, guaranteed.
Sincerely or sarcastically?
No, my hair's gonna look hilarious because it is a mess under this hood and it's wet. That's why I have a hood on, because my hair's wet. All right, let's go to the hospital first.
Okie dokie.
Let's go to the hospital first. See if there's anything to be had here. Are they in the same room?
Who?
They said he was going back to the hospital, the Shamspear. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes, I hear angry voices. Aha.
Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily thou art mistaken.
Mistaken my foot? You were looking at my painting.
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed the poison that mustache villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady.
I wish that you died from that poison.
God a mercy, ample lady, but thou'st seest I have vigor still. Behold my Shakespeare dance.
I'm sorry.
Behold it.
I am beholding and I wish I wasn't. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it?
Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence rises the sun. How now?
What are you doing here, Mr. Shamspear?
Mary, I do believe I am returned unto another ward.
He was looking! That's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work.
Eastern fellow so darky clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee.
Oh, well, thank you.
But
Uh-oh.
that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it?
Wow, okay. I see we're being threatened.
Non exunt. I'm wondering if I pronounced that right. I think I did it. Either exeunt or exeunt. Oh,
Interesting.
Exeunt. A non-exeunt.
Mr. Shamspear might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Ah, Miss Green, is everything all right? Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. they're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Can't converse, we can only examine. See all there is to look at. So we've already looked at this stuff over here. We can talk to her. Let's examine this bed. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet. Look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this. Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two. Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors. I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry that you'd break the lock. Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Miss Sato.
It kinda does.
I get hangry real bad. Ah, this looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Oh man, HIPAA violation. Cool. Do not permit to run around the hospital. The patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so he or she is probably running around the hospital then.
Darn.
Oh dear, how worrying. What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. We'll go back over in a minute. Forgot what button to hit. G. Guess we're talking to her. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along in the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already. What a terrible week it's been for you. Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly. Really? Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged. Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. Alright, we've done all we can do here, so we will go back. We'll move on to the crime scene. The crime scene! Let's
The
go.
crime room. Man, it looks different without a corpse in it.
Looks a little different, yeah. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson.
What are you doing here?
Eating fish and chips with you? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, I know the score.
Fake legal things. Oh, yes, one other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it?
Yeah, we found it all right. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said.
I knew it!
It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today.
That's wonderful news. Thank you. What, Gregson?
Pretty impressive performance in court this morning.
Sorry?
Nothing. Forget it. Just make sure that you don't disturb anything in here.
Yay! Hi, Sholmes.
Look who it is. Look who it is.
Look, indeed, who it is. Target on his butt. I thought this was in the court record.
No, that was the previous one.
Okay, so we've got Gregson. We've got the meter. We've got the table. Variously on the items on the table. We've got the window. We've got Sholmes. And that's pretty much it. We'll look at the first. The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked up window. Yet with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you? Sounds like a very wise life lesson, Miss Susato. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. Let us examine the table. Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night. During their heated literary debate, yes. Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion. Now I think of it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison.
Well,
Damn window, why you bricked up? I know, right? That's fiction, Miss Susato. Let's hope it stays that way.
because of the window tax, Pianui.
Yeah, the window tax.
Like a plot point. It's not a plot point, but it is a lore point.
So, it turns out that Mr. Shamspeare wasn't eating the soap at all. That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yes, to prize his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two. Certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Okay, we've looked at the window, we've looked at the teacups, we're gonna look at the meter, we'll do the talking. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. How do we spy our investigative people have no windows anymore? We break in.
Yeah, we had to kick down the door.
For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true. But if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning. It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamspeare must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Alright, do we want to talk to Gregson first, or Sholmes?
That's going to depend on which side of the Manzai you want to be dealing with.
Gregson first. Are you looking for new
Understandable.
clues, Inspector?
On Lord Van Dyke's orders, yeah. I'll come back till you've got something for me, he says.
Oh dear, poor you.
Yeah, poor me. Because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips is all I could say.
Well, at least he's honest.
And
Alright.
well fed.
And it's not starving, yeah. Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there?
What a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene?
Boy, what are you doing here, Sholmes?
Hiding in the corner being a creeper?
What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, once is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam.
What's all this?
All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Sherlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim.
A sample? From Mr. Shamspeare's cup?
Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with the chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. There. Now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed.
He lives here. There's gonna be his touching everything. Spray? How do I do that exactly?
A little press of space on the area you're interested in is all that's required. Like this.
Ah, what is that stuff? It's like a fog.
A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas. It's the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea.
As you do.
Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question.
Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Okay.
It's time for you to spacebar.
All the touchies on the window. Nothing there. Box, the chair, both of the cups. Whoa. Look, there are dozens of handprints here.
So there are. A great mystery indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact.
Purr. It sends a chill down my spine. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture?
Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all.
And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel. Oh, very true, Mr. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. We'll look at it again in a minute. We have sprayed all what we can spray.
Have you?
Maybe. think so. What is it? What does it want from me?
He wants you to spray more.
I am spraying everything, everywhere. Where am I supposed to spray? Where have I missed? Aha! Oh, look at all this here.
Yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints.
On this loose board. Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here? There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over though, is there?
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
Uh-huh. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor.
Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes's amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say. The loose floorboard, yep. The handprints on the floor there, and on the wall by the picture, you mean. Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
There she goes.
Ah! What is it, Miss Susato? Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out. One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place?
Excellent work, Mr. Sato. So, what do we have in here?
Oi! What are you lot doing?
Investigating. Inspector Gregson.
Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there.
And why didn't you investigate there first?
Because I didn't see it!
No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips while we dig around under the floor here.
Your fancy talk's putting me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need.
Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find! It's not a hiding place you can make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat. No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious? Oh! I'll investigate it once. There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
How disappointing.
But then, how do you explain the handprints? I really can't think why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that.
There you are. A print for you.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too? Now then, I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there.
Desperate to know!
So am I. Hello, Gregson.
It's a good thing.
I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there.
Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson! Really, it's been too long.
What is it, Sholmes?
I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there. Seeing as we're such good friends.
We're not friends.
No, I suppose not.
You won't tell me anything? Way.
A dismal failure!
Yes, I heard. Ugh, I'd kill to know what was underneath that floorboard.
All right, then. Fair's fair.
Cat pit, gotcha. I'll put one up after the stream. What?
You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in.
Really, Inspector? Thank you.
Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather.
Boy, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know?
Time to talk about it. Let's get it in the court record.
Looks like this was cut off a paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time up in Manchester.
How terrible.
It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first.
Oh my goodness. He'd committed a capital offense?
Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder. They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000.
A hoard? Of treasure, you mean?
Jewelry and the like. But he'd hidden it somewhere and no one knows where. Now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 Lothar en route to hell, or some such was the headline.
Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully enclosed under the floor?
I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up.
Okay, article. Next.
So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me.
Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here.
And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course. But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps?
Perhaps. You can take that print if you like.
Really? Are you sure?
We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows the identity of the young fellow, that is.
Ah, is that true?
Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes.
My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work.
All the more reason I'm not telling you. A dismal failure.
Yes, I heard.
I feel like you've become mildly immune to Sholmes' nonsense.
I laugh on the inside. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shakespeare himself isn't in it.
Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Gerdev was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it.
$10, $10, $10.
Now this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it?
Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty.
What? Shakespeare, give us a clue, man!
Oh my god, he's losing it. Sholmes, it's okay. You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. Yes, thin air. It's empty, rather like how I feel inside.
Oof.
Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Yeah, big oof. Big oof. Wagahai!
Cat Gotcha has arrived! Also, just to correct you, Wagahai has not been named Wagahai yet.
Well, Wagahai is Wagahai now.
Just wait like 30 seconds.
Oh, look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name? It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese.
There you go.
Okay. Fine. Fine, gosh! I wonder how he got in here. Clever cat.
I just want to make sure there's no, like, temporal anachronisms.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I brought for you from the cat's meat man. Aw, baby. He couldn't be happier now. Look. I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner, too.
Would be nice.
He's making biscuits! Woo! Is there anything we missed except for Wagahai? Meow. Big stretch! Big stretch! That was a cheeky little meow, Wagahai. Oh my god, we're talking to the cat. I love this game. Oh, but he's so adorable! He's making biscuits again. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while. And we have an investigation to get back to. Is that it? Have we looked at everything?
Yeah, I think we might be good.
Okay. So all we can do is move now. Briar Road, the Gyarados room, and prison.
I think we have at least one solid lead.
I think we should go to the Gyarados room and ask about the photograph.
I agree.
Alright, let's do that first.
If the police force that's supposed to be helping London citizens won't tell us who this mysterious identity is, we'll have to go talk to the military.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Garrideb appears to be out. Damn it! Oh well. I suppose we'll just have to come back again later.
Darn.
That was useless.
Well, I guess we gotta find another random location to observe.
So we've looked at this room thoroughly before.
We have.
Alright. Let's go out to the road for a moment. Oops. See if anything fun is happening out on the street.
Looks like it.
Soap.
Oh, nope, actually. Darn.
Soap.
There's that window tax we were talking about earlier. I just very much enjoy the window tax. It's just a recurring thing that gets brought up.
Right?
Just like a fun little... Yep, we are experiencing very explicitly the consequences of historical actions, just passively.
We have looked at everything here too, huh? Okay. I guess we go to the prison next!
That makes sense. We could also double back to other places if need be.
Not the hospital.
Maybe the hospital.
Really?
I don't know. Is Miss Green still there?
Well, I can find out. She's still
Oh,
there.
yeah, Miss Green's still there. Okay. Guess prison.
Let's go to the prison.
Prison.
See if we can get any kind of info. Oh boy.
Oh, there was an entire bonus escapade about the ridiculous taxes of history. Like the rabbit tax. You would be devastated by the rabbit tax. You would lose all your money.
Yeah. Poor Pianui. Devastated by the rabbit tax. He will be missed. Alright, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you
I can do
prepared?
this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I believe in you.
I can do this.
I believe in you.
Boy.
Oh, Mr. Natsume is back. So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello. He's busy moping. Yeah.
I am a cat.
Oh my god, yes you are. Sorry?
I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Herr Locke Sholmes. I don't know about courts or trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat.
We love a good literary reference. Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality. Trying to? He already has. Completely. So, what's your name then?
As yet, I have no name.
This is the funniest extended literary reference in history. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality. Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume?
I am not a cat.
Oh no, he's broken. It worked. He's back in the real world.
What's going to become of me? No. Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate.
Mr. Natsume, no. This morning's proceedings in courts prove that there's hope.
Yes, yes. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but...
But
The Reaper is omnipresent in court in my lodging!
oh no. He went to your house. That's rough.
He knows where I live. Here, there, everywhere.
Damn. What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss.
Oh, yes. Yes, we must.
Is he okay? He's got wibbly
No.
eyes. He's got wibble eyes.
I
Taking
do.
me back to the 90s. Converse. This morning's trial.
In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But I just blocked those out that today, being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my life, locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire.
You're too kind. Scotland Yard found the remaining tea, just as we deduced, and are analyzing it as we speak.
There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a solemn sworn Soseki certainty.
Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night?
Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies.
And at the time, you were both completely fine. As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspear then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. Mr. Shamspear.
Shamspear, what have I ever done to him?
You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently?
I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything. Anything at all!
Right.
But what I don't understand is why you didn't let me know sooner.
Let you know what, Mr. Natsume?
About the soap, of course. What else?
Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend?
Of course I am. If I had money. I wouldn't have chosen to live in a cursed existence in such a cursed lodging.
That's fair. Oh yes. You said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you?
Exactly. Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place, and it's trying to kill me!
Capital offender?
Might I ask, locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire, that the next time you visit me, you bring sauce of super soft soaps? Why is it, he wants like 40 soap?
Can I show him stuff?
I guess.
Well, there's nothing else to converse with him about.
Mm-hmm.
We can't examine. All we can do is move again? No, we can present. I wonder if we can present the stuff we found in the floorboards.
Maybe. Also, He did just mention a capital offender.
I know, that's what I'm getting at. I'm like, is that this guy?
Yeah. What's this?
It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room.
Ah, so he knew, did he?
Damn. Sorry?
About this man, Selden.
A convicted killer and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodging.
What?
He's already taken one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another, a miserable mustache, much maligned Japanese man.
Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit.
The truth is, I didn't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at the time, he was hiding out in his lodgings at Mr. Gerdeb's house.
What? He lived where you do now?
That's right, yes. Exactly where I live now. In my very room.
Oh my! Your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense?
That's a mouthful.
It is.
But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse.
What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume?
It's already cost one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison, a man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden, in fact. The poor lodger, he was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside.
Locked from the inside? Exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it?
Yes, well, that was the start of it.
Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume?
The official cause of death was asphyxia. When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas.
Gas?
I only found that out after I'd signed the lease. When Mr. Gerdo came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room.
Landlord's lease are luckily legal.
Lucky for Mr. Garida, maybe, but not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. And now you believe this curse is affecting you.
It is. At first. I just felt as though I was being watched. All the time.
And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you?
The dead are trying to take me with them. They come for me and try to suffocate me.
There's a gas leak in that room, my dude.
Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up. And the room
It's as cold as ice.
But why is your room so cold?
winters are too cold to bear without any heating on overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out, and the room fills with gas.
But that's terrible. That's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamspear last night, when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though. Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garridub's rooms?
Spooky stuff.
Should we ask him about anything else, do you think?
No, I think we're done here.
Okay.
We got like 4 dialogue options of intel.
And now we can go back to Mr. Garridub's room, maybe?
Hopefully.
See if he's there yet. There he is!
There he is.
All right. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garridub.
Right ballad business it is for me, you know? Getting out and about.
Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance?
Naturally, fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss.
The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes.
Cannot do his voice. It's too difficult.
Just make it up.
Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such.
Ah. Well, at least he knows.
Makes you wonder what blazes is going on, don't you know?
God damn it! Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago, you were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business.
Beastly. I see.
So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh?
Converse! Your lodgings! Oh my god, we gotta get through this.
Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rump fellows of late. Thanks to that bally curse.
The convict's curse, you mean?
Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here. Then the next chap in the room goes with keels over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. And I'm next, eh? Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can ya?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green? Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspear, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still.
Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems.
I shall.
Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings.
Then you move in, my dude!
A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury.
Sir? I'm not so sure about that.
Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either.
But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up there.
Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there are any mishaps or such like.
think you've had your mishap already, sir.
Wow. Wow, Sholmes. Wow. That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes.
Heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips.
The ad should be starting any minute now, so if I stop, that's why. Oh, there's the ad. It started. Yay. Oh,
Yay.
good timing. Try
We
to
did
get
it.
through this investigation section, and then I will have to turn in for the evening because I have to drive somewhere very early tomorrow. Yay.
Makes sense.
Thursdays suck. It's cold outside too. I'm gonna sleep in my blanket hoodie.
Mm.
Everyone should get a blanket hoodie. Highly recommended. 20 out of 10. Most comfortable garment in the world.
What is a blanket hoodie?
It's like an massively oversized hoodie made out of like blanket material. So like blanket fleece. And this one has like Sherpa on the inside. It has like Sherpa on one side, like faux Sherpa. But it has like Sherpa on one side, and then the outside is like this minky, kind of soft fleece. And it's very, very large. It's very, very oversized. It has enormous pockets. They're big enough to put a cat in. Don't ask me why I know that. A big hood. And they're just so warm. It's like having a fluffy bathrobe, but without all like the tie and the problems. It's just a big fluffy hoodie. It's great. I love it. It's great. Highly recommended. Keeps me very warm. The problem is that usually if I put it on and it's not like frigid outside, and therefore inside, it's kind of a nap trap. Like, if you put it on and you wear it for too long, you will just like start getting really sleepy, which like I'm getting really sleepy right now too, which is really funny, but like I chalk that up to other things. But like it's very cozy and very warm and very insulating. So I highly recommend getting one. They come in a variety of colors and patterns. There are ones that are solid colors. Mine is Alice in Wonderland. It's like pink, which I don't really like pink, but I wanted the Alice in Wonderland stuff. So I've been on this like Alice in Wonderland weird kick. If I have to pick a Disney thing. You want one now, get one, Pianui. It is within your grasp to get a blanket hoodie. It is within your grasp. You may purchase one at your leisure. It wasn't very expensive either. I think mine was like $30 US. So it's very comfortable. They make like big fancy name brand ones that are more expensive, but this one was not that expensive because it's a knockoff, which is fine. It's not like a direct knockoff where it's like a knockoff of a pattern. It's just like not the name brand one that invented them or whatever. I don't know. But it's very warm. It just also makes you very, very sheepy. Very sheepy. Okay, back to the lodgers. Tell us about your lodgers, Mr. Garada, please.
Fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh?
You already said that, dude. There's no need for that, Mr. Garadab.
Especially when you just said it.
Right? That's right, Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
It's more caddish.
He is caddish.
He is undeniably peculiar, however.
Oh, okay, Sholmes. Oh, I love my weighted... I have a weighted lap blanket, and I have a bed-sized one. It's very hard to turn over in your sleep with a weighted blanket, but they're very good. My lap blanket one is really nice for when I get really anxious and I'm working from home. I can just like put it on my lap. I also have a shoulder one, a weighted shoulder blanket. It's like an oval kind of. It's like oval shaped. And you can drape it over your shoulders. It really helps. I also have a weighted cat plushie. That's awesome. It is my everything. It is so cute. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I've hydrated. Yeah, it's a weighted plushie. They're like supposed to be for kids, but like forget kids. I wanted one, so someone got me one. Finn got me a weighted orange cat plushie, and it's very cute. And it's really good when you're anxious or you're not feeling well. I had a day like last month where I was just like on the verge of an anxiety attack for hours for no apparent reason. And the only thing that kept me from having it was like I was laying on the couch with the weighted plushie on my chest. And that was the only thing that helped me. And it was really, really helpful. So I recommend it. If you have anxiety, weighted things are good actually. Unless the weight causes you more anxiety, in which case, you know, okay, reconsider.
Results may vary.
Yeah, results may vary, exactly. Find your cozy, find your cozy. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away?
Yes, that's right. Asked the estate agent to find someone and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were.
I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on, so much as the cheap rent, actually. So, how long has Mr. Shamspear been lodging under your roof?
That failed actor chap? Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
Only 3 months? He's quite new here too, then.
And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Gadeb, if I might ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens.
Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shamspear have some kind of connection, then? That's what I was wondering, too. Ooh, boy. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Convict chap Selden. Passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see. Some malady or other.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian... Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian showed his face. The actor fellow.
Tragedian?
I don't actually know. Really?
Oh, dang, it's a real word.
It is a real word.
It was tragedian. Okay.
My problem with pronouncing words correctly is most of my exposure to words is from books. So I can tell you what it means and use it in a context, but I cannot begin to tell you how to say it sometimes. Yep.
There are certain words that I think I jump to use even though I am not confident about its definition.
That's fair.
And I also don't really talk in the most direct way. I tend to add okay, I'll start a sentence. I'll go in a direction. I'll realize that I'm kind of veering in the wrong direction with the grammatical structure I've built for myself. And I will just keep adding turns to it in a windy way until I actually get to the point I'm trying to say.
That's amazing. Actually, I approve 100%. I have a friend who every month or so, this friend will have a new word that they use in every conversation that's not a normal word that you would usually use in a normal conversation. And I'm just like, how do you keep imprinting on these words like a baby bird? And then you use it for a month and then you never use that word again. It's pretty impressive, actually. I think my friend has a touch of the tism, but that is okay. I love that. I love that about my friend, actually. I'm just like, what? You don't even know what that word means! But okay, go ahead and use it. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah. It's fine. Oh, we're back from the ads, by the way. Did I say that? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we did start the game again.
Okay. I'm just like, oh wait, did I forget to tell everyone? Sorry.
Also, Pianui, why is the second W in your aw?
What? It doesn't have a little accent mark. It's a French W.
Just in the mix.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's got a little hat.
Yes, I remember.
It does.
It's got a hat.
Yes, I remember it quite distinctly.
'Tis small this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspeare, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered erewhile for rent.
Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. I already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor room's vacant, though.
Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee.
Those girls must be muffling her ears. The room on the middle floor's taken. It's ground floor or nothing.
That's suspicious.
Very well, we have an accord.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to Bryro.
Lo, a Shakespeare dance to celebrate.
No. Stop it. Stop dancing!
From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with a rent, too.
Arrears?
Arrears.
Arrears.
3 months in arrears with the rent, too. Yes, the fellow was a ballet player, all right.
Thank you for your candor, Mr. Gadab. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say one or two words.
Oh god, here it goes.
Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal lodgings in me.
Longings.
Dang it! Dang it! I am a
What?
fraud.
What
I am a
happened to
failure.
you, says Ryunosuke and me?
I messed it up. It was my moment of glory, and I screwed it up. I now am a permanent resident of someplace.
Permanent resident.
Dang.
As if I don't say things wrong all the time. I've been adding
The
L's to things
pesky
today.
plumbers.
I've been adding L's. I don't know why.
Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines.
Is it?
Apparently. I wish to divulge my own learning on the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know.
Oh god. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines then? Question mark? Guess what? Guess what? Tell me about the picture, bitch. Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to look at this photograph?
Oh, it was from Antony and Cleopatra.
Ah, I haven't read that one. Or seen it performed. Is that your son who's with you there?
No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Wait, this is the guy from the girl's picture. From the
Cool.
girl that got stabbed. This is the guy that she liked. Liked?
Oh.
Liked? Yeah. Duncan Ross.
Street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really.
Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say.
Okay, Sholmes, that's too far.
Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap.
Would you mind telling us a little more about him? Ooh.
Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had the work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago, after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them.
A history of cheap rent, maybe? Yes.
Yes, well, anyway. It was one morning about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time.
You have a gas leak, my dude.
So, sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. The smell of gas that alerted me it was. Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death. Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all barely collapsed.
Because of the gas.
Yeah, room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed.
So Mr. Ross suffocated to death.
Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it sent me back to have the lot replaced all over the house.
But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night whilst he's asleep in bed.
Well, that's the bally curse, the convict's curse. I've done my duty as landlord now.
Someone's feeling defensive. We have exhausted our things. Cool.
Ah, that reminds me, actually,
Yes?
about young Duncan. The night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
Oh no! A love letter, you mean?
Yes, where did I put it now?
Oh, this is the one from the first game! The letter in the book that got him in trouble with his wife.
Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk.
If you'll excuse me, let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
My dear Mr. Sato, that is precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me.
That's fair. I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes. No.
Too late for that now, my dear fellow.
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I've no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really.
I see. That's going to play on my mind. Can we take it and go give it to her, please? But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. I think we should leave well alone. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Thanks, Pianui. Yes, he was writing to a man. Definitely. The yaoi. Victorian yaoi, my favorite kind. Mr. Sholmes, please! I've already had to chastise you about this once.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling.
olive green.
Told you, I remembered everything. I'm amazing.
Yep.
Ah! Olive green! The woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago. That was a mouthful. Good God. The victim of the last case Soseki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence? Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Miss Susato.
You're about to get a takedown, Sholmes. Rude. Okay, there's nothing else to converse with him about. We are moving to the hospital.
Yeah, let's deliver that letter.
Let's
I
deliver
think
the
Miss
letter.
Green would like to know that Duncan Ross can write. Good old Bart's.
Good
Classic
old
hospital.
Bart's.
Good old Bart's.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last. This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves. Ah! What is it? Miss Green! Girl, what? What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. One moment. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Girl, what? Girl, what? Oh, hello, everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor has said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. Miss Green, what were you just doing? Oh, nothing really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all. Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you if that's all right. I don't really have anything else to tell you. Alright, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. Converse. Hospital discharge. It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green. Oh yes, I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me anyway. Girl, you are depressed. So why? I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Wait, we didn't ever get the letter. Hold on, do we have to go back and get it? What do we do?
We have the photo.
That's true. You're right. Okay, let's try examine. I want to see what she was doing over here. This is the card that Miss Green was looking at so intently before, isn't it? Mr. Naruhodo, we shouldn't be peeking at a young woman's private effects. Yes, there's a rat. It's just hanging out. Right, I should save peeking for gentlemen's effects only. You mustn't do that either. Well, we're just thinking out loud again. Damn.
No effects.
No effects.
Only causes.
Causes only. And maybe you, Miss Susato, shouldn't be peeking into a young man's mind either, Was that it? Is that, no, we get to see what she was trying to... This is the bottle that Miss Green was just about to drink from when we arrived. Yes, she looked rather preoccupied, didn't she? Perhaps it's very bitter. I can't stand bitter medicine. I suppose that could be it. In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once. You're really bad at this, Ryunosuke. Oh no! Well, if you have to take something you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way in one go, isn't it? Oh dear. And I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about at the moment. No rat tax. There's a rat tax. There's absolutely a rat tax. So yes, the boy. Okay, let's go back.
All is normal. We have a letter to deliver, except we don't actually because we didn't get it. Did we get it secretly?
We didn't get it. Did we need to get it?
I don't know. I guess not. Let's just do the letter then. The photo.
Photo. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? No, we killed her.
No, the medicine.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did.
Okay, question. Just
Uh-huh.
like hypothetical here.
Uh-huh.
As we all know, the expression "good medicine tastes bad," etc.
Uh-huh.
Do we think that the medicine now tastes better or worse now that it tastes slightly like floor?
That depends on who's taking it, doesn't it?
Uh,
The rat would probably think it tastes better.
hmm.
A person, splinters from the floor, not so much. Not so much. Like if you had to get down there and like lick it or something, you would get splinters, right? So no floor medicine.
Okay. Floor medicine does not give you health?
No,
Okay.
it's soaking into the floorboards anyway. It's fine.
Maybe it would depend on the type of floor as well.
Yeah, maybe like on a laminate floor or something. I don't know. It'd be fine.
Mm.
If it
I
was
definitely
laminate.
think it would taste worse if it hit like a carpet.
Oh yeah.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, that would be bad.
There are too many ways to prepare medicine.
On the floor.
On the
Oh, Miss
floor.
Green, are you all right? We broke Pianui. Cool. We broke Pianui. My bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's all right. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. If the carpet makes it taste worse, it's more effective. Oh no.
Oh no,
Damn,
good medicine
Pianui.
tastes bad.
Oh no. It was a very personal letter to you.
So nanoka.
It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved? Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. Aw. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding. Aw, that's so sad. What the frick? And that's what led him to Mr. Garridub's. Yes, he told me he'd found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. Her life sucks! Good God!
True.
We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad. I was starting to think that's just her look. When I cook and it tastes bad, then I accidentally make medicine. Oh my god, Pianui. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Who is this? Statistically speaking, it's probably not me.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna try and process elimination this. If it were like a bailiff coming to deliver us a message, he would have said like Mr. Narrow Fodder. People who would like go out of their way to say Mr. Naruhodo explicitly, I have to think this must be Sholmes.
Okay. Let's find out.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Ta-da! Nice.
surely you are not about to leave. That's quite out of the question.
What? Mr. Sholmes? I didn't realize you were here.
I wasn't until just now. But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always.
He was under the bed.
Okay.
He's your sleep paralysis demon, actually. Herlock Sholmes is your sleep paralysis demon. Well-
He appears, you can't move, but he just gets out and like dances.
Right? The rat drank the medicine and it's dead! Look!
No, the rat didn't think it tasted good at all.
Oh no. Damn, that's rough. That's messed up. That's super messed up. What the fuck? So that's not medicine, guys.
I mean, it could be medicine. It's
I don't
just
think
not
it's
rat medicine.
It's not rat medicine
It's-
at all.
Rat medicine.
I think we're treading on some controversial territory suddenly. Oh god.
Mmm.
Well, make your presence known next time. I don't want to click on the rat. Oh god, it's dead. Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Miss Susato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened? Instead of preventing a case before it happens. That is what sets a great detective apart.
What do you mean? It was floor
There was a
medicine, it was
case. There was a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo.
good. Ah!
So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening with nothing but careful observation.
All right.
All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
Don't logic and reason spectacular, please. You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
It's time for you to use your eyes to observe your
Rat
surroundings.
CPR. Dead rat. Oh, it's messed up. That mouse seems to be dead. Look. I didn't notice it there before, did you? I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived. You don't think...
I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of the scene. That of a tragedy about to take place.
Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before has spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. Ah! I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison. Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently. Throw it out the window, Susato. That's all I can imagine her doing, is just throwing it out the window.
Sholmes is not happy.
Sholmes is not happy.
Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life?
No shit. once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. No! Miss Green, please talk to us. Come on, girl. You can do it. Alright, we go back. Right? And then we converse again? Ah ha 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 ha. Wow, that's blunt.
10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while. So I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains.
I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things. Aw, Susato! Whee! Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison. Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection?
No, none. Quit tormenting her. All right. What time is it? Oh God, I need to go to bed.
Hold.
Hold. What were you gonna say? What?
We are like minutes away from the ending of this part.
Do we just go back to Shulms?
Examine the card.
Oh, let me examine it again. It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere. Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it. Oh my God, we gotta go back again. Reverse. The card. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card. Oh, it's got the torn off part! Oh, holy shit. It's got the torn off section that matches the evidence. Let's go. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day. That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m.
Is precisely the time when the incident occurred.
Hi, Prompto. What are you jumping up here, buddy? Am I up too late?
Prompted detects a mystery.
He says, go to bed. Bye, buddy. Did you miss
The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road.
Buddy, why are you standing on my... why are you licking my hand? I can't see through you, buddy. Briar Road. Being the street that Mr. Gerardub's house is on. Does this mean that... Why are you licking my stream deck? What the frick, little man? Okay, well, don't hit any buttons, please. Here, we'll... No. Oh, shit. There we go. You can't do harm on that page. Yes, I'm sure you guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife. I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Goodness. Hey! What the f- Hold on, my cat is misbehaving. Give me a second. Buddy, you can't drink my tea. He had his head in my teacup. Like his full head. Finn, come get your man. No, he's gone now. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. Oh my god, we did it. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine. Miss Green, please promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's how all this has made me feel. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes.
Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trial for today.
Yes, it's late.
And, Mr. Naruhodo? Did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think?
Details about Mr. Shamspeare, Mr. Gerardub's lodgings, the convict, Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway. I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes. Will they have found strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend, Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear. Yes, Barak Van Zeeks.
But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go! Expert witness, Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning.
Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. that was long. Holy sheesh. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. To be continued? Did we make it? Yay!
We made it.
We freaking made it through two
We made it.
continues in one day.
We've resynchronized.
We're good, we're good. Oh god, I'm so tired. That's only 49 minutes past what I should have stayed up. That's fine. Overwrite. Overwrite. Trial part 2. Okay. I'm gonna go back to this. We'll have some music maybe or something. I'll go back to the title screen. No. We gotta go back. We're so
Look
slow.
out, it's 9:23 a.m.
Oh god. Back to title. Back to title. Already saved. Yes.
We made it.
Woo! That was some good material this time. Like that was
It
some,
was.
That was some good juicy details, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love this game. These games, whatever. Ooh, so good. So good. I'm falling asleep. Okay. I will post a cat pic when hold on, let me go post the cat pic right now for Pianui. Hold on. I don't want to forget. Oh my god. I don't want to forget. Blue sky. I'm gonna post a funny one. Oh, wrong account, right account. There we go. The most recent cat pics are going up. You get to cat pic. Gotcha. Oh, those are good pictures. I think they're funny. Taking pictures of my very photogenic babies. Morpheus is calling. Morpheus is like, pick up the phone! But like quietly. It's like, pick up the phone. Yeah. I'd be sleepy. Cool. I don't know if I'm streaming another day this week or this weekend or whatever. I just got another Otome game key, so I may be playing that either this week or probably next week. I'll probably just schedule it for next week, because it drops next week. But yeah, that was fun. I am very sleepy now, and my cat disrupted that so hard. Okay, I'm gonna go to the ending screen then, unless you got anything exception? You got anything exciting?
I got nothing particular to state other than I'm working on some technical constructions for pool stream stuff, and also that I will probably stream tomorrow, though I don't know what.
Yay. I gotta work really hard at work tomorrow, and then I gotta work really hard on beating after work. So that's tomorrow for me. But yeah, like I said, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. The link is down in my about, and we will hang out when I work on cosplay tomorrow night. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to the end screen, and then I will find somebody to raid. Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you're enjoying Great Ace Attorney, and we will see you next time. Nice cat pic. You're welcome, my photogenic babies. No, thank you for coming, Pianui. I know it's gotta be late for you. Go to sleep. All right. To the end screen we go.
Ooh.